your job and like what do you do for fun and stuff like that?
Well, for my job, I have a couple different jobs actually. So my first job is I work with people who live overseas and I support them as they're learning a language and living in a different culture. So that's one of the things I get to do. So I get to encourage people. But I also have a website and it's called Jenny Smith Rolls On. And I just try to teach people about spinal cord injuries.
Okay.
Oh, and what do I like to do for fun? Well, I like to do sports. So every Saturday morning, I will be on the Ohio River, and I get to row with the Louisville Adaptive Rowing Program. It is really cool. You should come out sometime.
I'm scared of water.
Oh, that's kind of a problem,
Well,
isn't it?
because I can't swim.
Well, yeah, that's a bit of a problem,
Yeah.
maybe. But I've never ended up in the water, if that makes you feel any better. But I also so yesterday I went adaptive rock climbing, and that was really cool. So I just like trying to do new things that are really different.
Have you ever played tennis before?
I have played tennis. That was the first sport I played after my spinal cord injury.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
My friend's dad is, I think, a tennis instructor.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jenny, how did you become injured?
When I was 16 years old, I was outside tumbling. I'd been a gymnast since I was about 3 years old, so when I was really small, I started gymnastics. And I was outside that morning, but the grass was wet, and my feet slipped out from underneath me. So while I was doing a round off back handspring layout, my feet slipped, and I didn't have enough height or rotation to make it all the way around, and I landed face first in the grass. Yeah, and I heard a pop, and I didn't have any feeling or any movement in my arms or my legs. So I knew immediately that I was hurt. And I heard my friends run over and they asked me, Jenny, are you okay? And I said, don't move me, I've broken my neck. And I don't know where I learned that, but I think it's probably a good thing that I did.
Yeah. I did gymnastics too.
Did you?
When I was 3, but I don't know. I kind of screamed during one of the poses,
Yeah.
so then we didn't go back.
Yeah, yeah. It's not for everyone. Yeah.
But was my dad one of their friends that ran over, or was it?
He wasn't there at that point, but I think he was about 20 minutes behind in a car. I think he and some of our other friends got to the hospital really quickly. Yeah. I'll explain how I know your dad. So I was also on the ambulance ride over to the hospital. One of the things that I told my best friend's mom was, can you please call the guys? Because I was in a band with your dad and we were supposed to have practice that night. And the main thing on my mind was, can you please call the guys to let them know I might not be at band practice tonight? So that was one of the silly things that happened.
So what did you do for like treatment and how did you do it?
Well, I was in the hospital for about 2.5 weeks, and then I went to rehabilitation for about 2 months, and that's where I had to relearn how to do everything, how to brush my teeth. I didn't know how I was going to hold a fork so that I could eat. I didn't know if I would ever be able to get dressed on my own. So a lot of that took me a really long time how to learn, but I was able to go home and I went back to school. And it was with the help of a lot of friends, including your dad, that they got me out of my comfort zone. So basically, they would make me do things that I wouldn't always want to do, but it was the best thing for me. So one example would be they would carry me upstairs when we had to go to 2nd or 3rd floor and there wasn't an elevator. Or they would pick me up and throw me in a vehicle when we were going to go play a concert. And it was really good just to have people around me that were supportive, but would also kind of give me a little push when it was uncomfortable, because I think that's really important.
Yes.
So
I hear you writing a book. Can you please tell me like what the book is based on and like what gave you the inspiration to write the book?
Yeah, so the book is called Live the Impossible, How a Wheelchair Has Taken Me Places I Never Dared to Imagine. And it's my story about life with a spinal cord injury. And when my injury first happened, I never would have imagined I would have been able to drive and to live in my own condo and to play sports and to travel to places like Mexico and Afghanistan. And so, in some weird way, a wheelchair has actually given me more things in life to do than I would have thought it was possible.
Wait, you've been to Mexico?
I've been to Mexico. That was the first place I got to go. So I went there to distribute wheelchairs for people who didn't have wheelchairs. And I got to do that for 8 more years. And I went to countries like Afghanistan and Mexico and Costa Rica to distribute wheelchairs to people who don't have them. Yeah.
That sounds interesting and fun.
It's definitely interesting. Sometimes it was fun and sometimes it was really difficult because things weren't accessible in those countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think people will learn from the book?
Well, I hope that people will learn that we can all live the impossible even when life doesn't go as planned.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your life probably hasn't gone as planned like your dad and your mom had hoped, right? Or thought.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same as me. My life didn't go as my parents thought or what I had planned. But we can still do really cool things and have a really great life.
Yes. It was great talking to you, but just one last question before. When and where can we get your book?
The book will be available on Amazon, and it will be July 11th is actually the day it's being released, and that's the anniversary of my spinal cord injury. And I'm just doing that because I like to celebrate the people who have been in my life who have allowed me to get to the point that I'm at. So we're going to celebrate July 11th, and people can buy the book on Amazon.
Oh, cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed this interview. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to buy the book on July 11th on Amazon. And I will have my dad put that in the description. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Just go. Michael Jackson.
Oh, you're really. Oh, here, we can go back and forth. I'm not doing that very well. Oh, I like that one. Oh, you've got the whole hip thing going on. You're good at this.
It's TikTok.
Oh. Well, that's all the moves I've got.